You're on?
5-year-old Tigger has been hit by a car. His morning walk nearly ending in tragedy.
And what injuries have you noticed on him?
Well, his leg. We were going to the park, going along Darley Road, and there was a street cleaner on the footpath. He got really spooked. Then he just moved backwards and slipped his collar straight onto the road, got clipped by a car.
So once he was hit, he scurried off and just disappeared.
100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It happened so quickly.
It was 2 hours before a search party found Tigger hiding terrified in bushes.
And it was such a relief because, I hadn't been able to breathe. I can't believe that someone who get hurt could run like that.
It's almost tragic, but in that awful moment, Tigger's ultimately run away from the one person that was there to help him, which is Bernadette. When I was listening to his heart, it is doing a few abnormal things. It is jumping all over the place in terms of its rhythm. And his oxygenation level there is 89. It should be over about 96. And that's usually what happens with shock. Shock is when they're just not getting the oxygen to their muscles and to the organs that they need. I'm giving Tigger 2 injections. The first one is to try to reverse the effects of shock.
So the oxygen's coming back up, Chris, a little bit.
The second one is pain relief. Right now, Tigger, in this state, must be going through hell.
We can fix you up.
At SASH, eye specialist Kelly Caruso is finishing her rounds before she heads off to Coffs Harbour for a very special operation.
I'm going to work on a fur seal.
No way!
Yeah, we're going to take a cataract out and hopefully give her some vision.
Goodness, that's awesome!
Yeah, it's really exciting.
I'm just a little bit jealous that Kelly gets to operate on a fur seal. I mean, they are one of my favourite animals, and to restore the sight on one of them, that would be amazing.
I'm going to get to work with my old mentor, Carmen Collitz, which...
Seriously?
Yeah.
I've heard she's awesome.
She's awesome.
Carmen Collitz is the guru when it comes to cataract surgery in marine animals. She travels around the world doing these sorts of operations. If we weren't so busy here, I would just tag along with Kelly.
Yes.
Fingers crossed the surgery goes well. And who knows, it's probably going to need a follow-up visit, and maybe I'll do that.
We'll do right side down, so we'll get a bit of shoulder in as well.
Back at Bondi, Chris is now x-raying road accident victim Tigger to find out the extent of his injuries.
X-ray.
When you're dealing with the sort of forces that you are in a car accident, normally the bones, they shatter. The moment I see those x-rays, it's clear there is a break there, but it's a hairline fracture. And amazingly, it's a very clean fracture. Instead of the fragments of the bone being on top of one another, they're perfectly aligned. That's pretty rare. I'm totally blown away. He has run for 2 hours, so much so that he's worn the skin off the pads of his feet on a broken leg. It just shows you how much fear was running through his body that time, and adrenaline. It's an amazing effort.
I thought it was broken when I first saw him, and I wasn't sure what other injuries he had, like internal injuries, but they've come out pretty lucky.
I think we can get away with this with just a splint.
Okay. Look at you, a wounded soldier.
In many respects, the splint is easy for me to put on. It's probably easy for Tigger. Tigger doesn't have to go through a major surgery. But for Bernadette, it actually means more work. We've still got 6 weeks of really intense care ahead of us to make sure that this fracture actually heals. He'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, that's good. Come on.
Here's the bits I always hate. Watching those first few steps, you're just hoping that cast stays on. So far, so good. Could be back any minute, though.
Let's give him a round of applause for that. Thank you, audience.
SASH eye specialist Kelly Caruso has arrived at the pet porpoise pool in Coffs Harbour.
Thank you very much, Rob.
The show is on, but her patient, 15-year-old Pearl, is sidelined.
See, she's not really sure where we are, though.
No.
She's kind of having a look around. She knows we're here somewhere.
Big round of applause for Pearly then.
Just a short time ago, this old stager was one of the major stars.
It's really, really sad for us to see. You know, Pearly used to be a very, very outgoing, energetic seal, loves swimming around in our show, interacting with people.
Good girl, Pearl.
She's, you know, one of my favourite seals, to the point where we've got now where she can't really do much except float around in the pool. She's always worried about bumping into things or tripping over.
Bet you wish you could see us.
As a 2-year-old, Pearl was rescued after a fishing hook blinded her right eye.
Come on, girl, a little bit further. What's the step?
In the last month, a cataract has robbed the New Zealand fur seal of the sight in her left eye.
She doesn't even have a pupil, it's just slammed shut. And on top of that, I can just get a hint behind there of the cataract. She's really scared. I was hoping we wouldn't see such a bad cataract, but it's blinding her. So the only option is to surgically take it out.
If the cataract isn't removed, Pearl will be permanently blind. But putting a fur seal under anaesthetic is high risk.
All the team are aware when we do put Pearlie under that she may not wake up, but we've all ultimately decided that we want the best life for Pearlie we can possibly provide her. So we want to help her out and we want to get her eyesight back so that she can see and be happy once again.
In terms of how he normally is, what change have you noticed?
In the last hour and a half, I've just been going out and checking on him and he just stopped moving.
At the Bondi Clinic, Penny has arrived with the distressed Albert. A large tick was found on him yesterday afternoon, but today the pug has suddenly become lethargic.
The moment any dog's rushed in with a tick, the first thing I really do is listen for their breathing, because the breathing tells you a lot. When that breathing's coming from a pug though, how do you know? Every pug sounds like it is suffering from severe tick paralysis. His heart sounds like a dog that's stressed, really because of the fact that it's hot, plus he's having this toxin float around his body that does interfere with his breathing. It also affects how well his heart can pump.
It's not good.
Well, it's not great, no.
Okay.
No. And you've gone over him looking for another one?
That was the original.
Yeah.
I think that there are a couple here. There, is that one?
It's a nipple.
Oh, sorry, Alps.
He's got 4 of those on either side. If they were ticks, we were all in a lot of trouble. I've had people convinced that lumps, that cysts, that even pimples are ticks. Nipples, though, yeah, that's a first.
This one, it's certainly been a paralysis tick because I can see that its mouth is actually still in there, that little spike.
And that little reaction he's got around the area is his body trying to send antibodies out to try to get rid of the tick.
Okay.
So that's obviously been a decent sized one there.
Penny's feeling guilty. She didn't bring Albert to Chris earlier.
Yeah, I've been feeling really angry at myself all day, so I just hope he's all right.
What I wouldn't mind doing now is actually putting him on the ground and seeing how he walks around, because the way the tick toxin works, it hits him in the back legs first, and then it starts to work its way up the body and affect the breathing. Look, he looks okay, but what I wouldn't mind doing is actually keeping him in.
Okay.
And let's just watch him, let's let him cool down, let's let him rest and just see how he looks then. Because if he suddenly starts to worsen, then he could get bad quickly.
Really quickly, because of the pug things.
Yeah.
Rightio. He's a wonderful family pet. People have. It's not going to be a good couple of hours. I'm just delighted that I brought him in when I did.
It's a big day for you, girl. Oh, you so know something's up, don't you?
In Coffs Harbour, SASH eye expert Kelly Caruso is performing a final check on fur seal Pearl. She's off to hospital for crucial cataract surgery to hopefully restore her eyesight.
Getting the lens out of there is delicate.
Lily!
But the biggest thing we're concerned about with a lot of these seals is that they can die under anesthesia. And that's the scariest part.
We've just got the ET tube in, which is an airway down the throat, and now we can breathe for her.
Fantastic.
That'll work? Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right. So we're good?
An elite team from the United States is standing by at the hospital.
Yep.
Kelly will be assisting Chief Surgeon and her mentor from America, Carmen Collins.
Are you ready? You're ready. Okay. Step on
just
the cords.
getting ready to enter the eye.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make the incision. Seals have very tight pupils, so you have to work pretty hard to open them up. Okay.
Every minute under anaesthesia is touch and go for Pearl.
Come on, Pearly, you can do it.
With her worried friends looking on, there's huge pressure on the surgical team to get the operation done as quickly as possible.
There's obviously a huge emotional attachment between trainers and animals. Plus, Pearly's kind of a sentimental favourite. So, fingers crossed for her.
Oh my God.
At Coffs Harbour, Pearl has been on the operating table for more than an hour.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking there.
But at last, it appears surgeon Carmen Collitz is ready to remove the cataract that has robbed the 15-year-old fur seal of her sight.
Oh my goodness gracious, look at that.
There she is. That's the cataract, that's the lens. Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a boy.
Got it.
Well done.
Ah, Pearly. Time to suture. Mission accomplished.
But the relief is short-lived, and the team's worst fears are now being realised. Pearl is not regaining consciousness.
Is this the scariest part, waking her up?
Yeah, I just want to get her to start breathing on her own again.
Okay. Come on, Pearl. Come on, Pearly.
Back at Bondi, Chris is still monitoring paralysis tick victim Albert.
When she's pulled it out, she's left the mouthpiece in there.
Okay.
This little tick mouth tube, it seems so insignificant, but it's what sucks the blood out of Albert. It's also what injects the toxin into him. The worrying thing about what Penny's told me is that she's pulled this tick off Albie, but since then, he's got worse. That makes me worried that he could actually have other ticks on him. If that's the case, multiple ticks can cause big problems. I reckon the easiest thing to do with him is just to spray him.
Yeah, to be safe.
Yeah. You enjoying this? The thing is that they can really lull you into a false sense of security. The tick toxin is still being absorbed into his body, and it can get a lot worse over the next 24 hours for him. So I have to watch him. If he gets worse, he could get worse quickly, and then he'll need the tick serum. Yeah, he's just getting tired thinking about it. You stay there.
It's been about 45 minutes since surgery finished, and she still isn't taking fantastic breaths on her own.
Restoring the sight of a fur seal has been a dream for SASH eye specialist Kelly Caruso. But now the dream is turning into a nightmare as the much-loved Pearl struggles to wake up after the removal of her cataract.
Come on, wakey, wakey.
We got her this far. A few more minutes. Is that her opening her mouth?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally, she takes a breath.
When she took that breath, thank God, we were all just could breathe ourselves. I mean, it was just a magical moment.
Good luck to you, okay? You beautiful girl. 1, 2, 3.
It will be several hours before the team knows whether the operation has been a success. But Kelly is hopeful.
The first cataract that you remove in an animal and they wake up and they look around and they wonder what happened, it's the most amazing feeling as the person that removed the cataract. I think Pearl is going to have that same feeling. All of a sudden her world is light again. She's going to see things like she used to but didn't remember. So I think she's going to be pretty excited. Carm, thanks so much for letting me come and do this.
Oh, golly.
Awesome. So, thank you. Appreciate it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It's a pretty good test. If he can support all his weight in those back legs, then he's doing all right.
At Bondi, paralysis tick victim Albert has amazed Chris with his remarkable recovery.
That core strength, been working out.
The plan was for overnight observation, but in just 5 hours, the lucky pug has fought off all signs of the tick toxin.
For Albert to come in with suspected serious tick paralysis and then walk out of here in the same day, that's quite an achievement.
How long is it going to take?
Shouldn't be very long.
Penny and her two daughters Stella and Pip are anxious to take their best mate home.
All right, so he's looking good.
Fantastic.
Albert really shows you that every single tick case is so completely different and unpredictable. You can have a tiny tick that absolutely floors a dog and could even kill it. Then you have a big sucker on Albert that seemingly causes next to no signs. It just shows you have to be so careful. The delight the girls had in having Albert back in the family was pretty clear to see. It's obvious that Albert is important for his emotional value, but also his humour value too.
Good boy, Albie.
Time to go home.
Let's get him home.
Bye.
So excited to see Pearl. I hope she's well. I'm here on holidays with my husband Brad, and I said to him that I'm just dying to pop in and see Pearl, see how she's recovered after the surgery. I just can't wait to meet her.
Good gal.
It's been 2 months since Pearl's operation. Her eyesight is back, and so is her confidence.
Hello, Pearl. When I saw her see me, it was amazing. Oh, butterfly kisses. She's happy and she's in good spirits.
Oh, darling, thank you.
The eye actually looks fantastic. I mean, you can see that she's got vision in it, she's interacting, it's not swollen, it's healed up beautifully.
I know she's a vet, Pearl, but come on up, just give her a nice big hug there.
Ah! She's back in action, she's performing tricks, and I'm so glad that it's worked out that way.
There you go, Pearl. I knew you had it in ya. She still got it. Big round of applause for Pearlie there. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. I look at her, brings tears to my eyes. Honestly, it is one of the most touching experiences of my life.
You ready for this? Tigger, Tigger, here, Tigger.
He's not a good fetcher, he just likes to run for it. Ready.
As for Tigger, after a long rehab, he's back playing his favourite game.
Now bring it back. He's got a mind of his own, he always has.
Yeah, well, that's what got him into trouble in the first place, really, wasn't it?
It's been 3 months since the 5-year-old was hit by a car and limped out of the clinic with a broken leg.
Which way's he gonna go? Looking pretty good.
He's absolutely delighted to be well now and running in the park. Yeah, it's great. Bring it back.
You've got to remember that Tigger is a male dog, and like a lot of males, it's all about the thrill of the chase. Once he has what he's after, the whole excitement of it seems to disappear.
Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny Dusek from Bondi Vet. If you love our show and want to see more, plus some amazing content about pets and how to care for them, hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you on our next video.